following is a presentation of TFNN. Now, the author of Mastering Probability, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, all you wonderful money masters and treasure hunters. Welcome to the August 1st. How about that, folks? August 1st already. Terrific Thursday edition of today's opening bell on the Trader's Edge. I'm your host, Steve Rhodes, and I absolutely treasure your presence here today. My outcome, as always, is to help you to become a better money master and to provide you with tools that each of us need in order to lead an inspired life. Because leading an inspired life, folks, that is what it's all about. So let's go take a look at one of our tools. This is the tool I call, you cannot discover new oceans until you have the courage to lose sight of the shore. You know, the eagles that live in the canyons of Colorado, they use a special kind of stick with which to build their nests. In fact, a female eagle can fly as many as 200 miles in a single day, just to find this special branch that comes from the ironwood tree. You see, ironwood sticks are strong, as their name suggests, and they also have thorns to allow them to lock together to form a sturdy nest. Now, after building the base of the nest, the female eagle, she knows that she needs to line it with leaves, with feathers, and grass to protect her baby eaglets out there. Now, as the baby eagles grow, the mother also knows that she has to make the nest a little more uncomfortable, and therefore she starts removing the padding, exposing more and more of those ironwood thorns. Eventually, the young eagles have to stand on the edge of the nest, and the mother, she coaxes them to leave. As they begin to plummet to the bottom of the canyon, they wildly flap their wings to break their fall, and what they end up doing, folks, the most natural thing in the world, they fly. That's what eagles do. You know, you and I, we have 6 human needs. One of those needs is the need for growth. If you ever reach a point of growth stagnation, then change must take place. You see, you too need to leave the safety of the nest for the journey into that unknown territory. That's really your true nature. It's my true nature. You see, you too are an eagle. I say, fly like an eagle. Why? Because that is your true nature. Now let's go check the markets. They're flying like an eagle this morning. Right now, we've got futures are up across the board. We've got Dow futures right now printing out at 15,544. That's up 111 points. S&P futures up $12 at 1692.50. You've got the Nasdaq futures up 21.50 at 3104. Russell 2000 up 9 at 1051. King dollar, that's also flying. That's soaring. It's up 61 pennies right now. That's at 82.16. That means the euro, well, the queen, she's pulling back down 113 ticks. The pound, the currency market is flying out there. You talk about eagles all over the place. Got a big movement in the Japanese yen. The pound as well, down 71 ticks out there. Goldilocks up $7.60, trading out at $13.20. Silver up only 7 pennies, so kind of a meek move here in silver, up, but still, silver's up. U.S. dollar index is up. Hey, how about light sweet crude? Off to the moon. 114, here we come. She's at 107.19, another $7 to go inside that move. Copper is up this morning. Across the board, if we go take a look at what's going on in Europe, it's up. You got the DAX up 114 points. That's up 1 3/10%. The FTSE up about 0.4% right now. That's up 25 over in Asia last night. It was a party. It was a green party out there. The Nikkei up 337 points, 2.5%. You had the Hang Seng up almost a full percentage point, 205, and the Shanghai up nearly 1 3/4. Well, not nearly. It was up 1 3/4%, up $37. Our call-in number is 877-927-6648. You can give us a call, and we can take a look at your stock chart. We can answer whatever question it is that you have. And I bet you one of the first questions is, Steve-O, son, where is this market headed to? Well, let's go see where we really are at here right now. Let's not talk about yesterday just yet. Let's talk about where it is that we're at. Now, if you're just listening in on the radio or your mobile device at tfnn.mobi, thank you so much for doing that. But don't forget, you can go to the homepage of tfnn.com. Over on the right-hand side, you'll see that little box. It's got 3 little smartphones, gadgets, whatever you want to call them. There is a button there that you can click on, and this show will stream live. You'll be able to see these charts on your screen. Of course, if you'd like to see the charts in HD, go join the Tiger's Den. All these charts as clear as can be out here. Right now, the chart we've got on the screen, well, it's the 120-minute chart for the ES Mini, for the S&P futures. Probably you were saying to yourself, with the S&P futures trading out right now at 1693.75, up 13 points, man, this market is getting ready to break out. Well, maybe it is, but it hasn't. It most certainly has not broken out. It's been traveling in a sideways consolidation range since the middle of July. It's now August 1st, July 17th to be exact, the bottom of that trading range out here. Bottom of the trading range, we're going to call it right around the 1672 mark. So we'll call 1672 on the bottom. We'll call it 1695 up on the top. What does that make it? Yes, indeedy do. It makes it a 23-point trading range than the 120-minute chart that the ES Mini's been traveling. It hasn't broken out of anything here just yet. It's just traveling up towards the top of that trading range. If we do get a significant close on a 120-minute bar above this area, that may be a breakout. And if it is a breakout, you can add 23 points to the 1695, so you'll call it about 1720-ish and change, and that's the minimum move that you would expect to see on the S&P futures contract. Now, just because it breaks out of there, you know what it needs to do? It needs to come back and test that area just to prove it to ourselves. Hasn't done that yet. By the way, if you're looking for a short opportunity as it gets up to 1695.50, that's not a bad place because your back is up against the wall. And if you get a close above, you only have to risk just a few points out there. I mean, there's not a better trade setup. Now, the market is now on the 120-minute chart. It's neither overbought nor oversold. It's reaching towards that overbought territory out there, but either way, you can sit back, you can play if you're just looking for long positions, and what you need to do is you don't need to jump on board just yet. You're up towards the top of a resistance area. Let it go ahead and break out. I'm not saying it can't. I'm just telling you what the price is actually doing here right now. So not a lot has changed here since July 17th. Well, certainly not a lot has changed since the first time that the top of that level was hit, which was back on July 23rd. It got to 1695.50 out there. Did it on a little bit more strength, a little bit more relative strength back at 1:30 in the morning on July 23rd than where we are at right now. Something to think about. Now, when you do break out of a consolidation range, it is important to come back and test it and prove itself that it wants to move higher. Why do I say that? Well, if we go take a look at Earnings Central out here, right now you've got, what do we have? ExxonMobil out with earnings here this morning. They're trading down $1. And why is that going to be important? Now, it's important here to watch where ExxonMobil goes ahead and trades today. Why? I'm going to go ahead and pull up that chart on the screen because it was breaking a 7-point sideways consolidation, a 1 year. This is only from July 17th that we're looking at on the ES Mini out here. But if we go take a look at the 1 year chart, just take a look at the daily chart, actually, of ExxonMobil, we'll see that it has been traveling in a sideways trading range since July 25th, 2012. Well, today's August 1st, and guess what? She's back inside the trading range. Back inside the trading range means it's below the price level of 93.50. Right now, ExxonMobil is trading out at 92.63. Look, the day is young out here. But this will give you a pretty decent idea of maybe what is in store for us, because with ExxonMobil getting back inside the trading range, what does that set up? Yes, that is exactly right. It sets up a move all the way back down to the bottom, which is going to be in the $85 range out there. Now, what it's going to first have to contend with, it's going to first contend with this little sign of strength here, a little gap up, 12 million shares on July 8th. So the first area of support on this should be about 91.90, 92.50. Right now it's trading out at 92.63. Notice how it's coming right back into its last sign of strength. As I said, trade at 92.63. If that area doesn't hold, guess what's in store? That's right, June 24th. And guess what? if the ES Mini doesn't bust out of this sideways trading range, guess what's in store? Yes, a visit back down to the bottom of that trading range, and if it breaks there, then back to the June 24th area. Now, let's go check out some of these currency pairs here and see what it is that we've got going on in the marketplace. We've got so much to choose from. Now, let's go take a look at the Queen. Let's go see what the euro is doing out here. Now, the day is still young, but the euro here is giving us a reversal signal. As we speak here at the moment, we haven't seen a reversal signal inside the euro. All that it has done here for the last, since July 26th, 1, 2, 3, 4, the last 5 trading sessions, last 4 trading sessions, it's just simply moved sideways. In fact, yesterday looked like we were breaking out. It looked like the Queen was breaking out. It looked like it wanted to make its way all the way back up to the 1.3415. That's the swing point high from June 19th. But that is not the case now. Right now, what we've got at this point, 786 retracement level, we've got a bearish engulfing. The day is young, but right now you are starting to see a reversal inside the euro. That means if you wanted to go ahead and go short the euro, now it's probably not a bad time to take a look at it, and you would certainly put a stop above, a close above 133.43 out there. I'm assuming that many of you would be taking a look at the EUO versus actually trading the currency pair out here. If you're trading the currency pair, you'd really want to go down to the intraday chart. You'd want to go take a look at a 30-minute chart and try to figure out what's going on there, and then go ahead and pick your point as to where to go short. Why do I say that? Because as we take a look at that 30-minute chart, what we can see is it moved down into that extreme. Did I say extreme? I did say extreme. Oversold territory, and that says that maybe it's got a little bit of a bounce in its step. Of course, my favorite currency pair and yours is the euro-yen. And if there's going to be some energy in the market, it's going to be this euro-yen chart that's going to go ahead and give it to us. And that would mean the euro-yen could move up to about 131.42. But we'll see. 877-927-6648. We'll be right back.
Who says you can't take it with you? TFNN says you can. With your mobile device and TFNN's live radio streams, TFNN has put it all in the palm of your hands. No special apps to download. No subscription fees for live radio or TigerTV streams. We say you can.
Now let's go over to the dollar, because the dollar is going to be the generator. It is the generator of basically higher dollar, lower market. And what the dollar has done, and this whole uptrend, folks, has just gone sideways. The way it works, folks, is this.
We say you can. The Tiger Financial News Network. Smart investors and professional traders know you can. TFNN.com. Educating investors. With the launch of TigerTV, TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With TigerTV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, David White, Larry Pezzamento, Andy Hecht, Victor Jones, or Terrell Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on TigerTV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out TigerTV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing.
McEwen Mining is a high-growth, mid-tier producer in the Americas with a market capitalization of $1 billion. Experienced mining executive Rob McEwen, as chairman, CEO, and president, owns 25% of the outstanding shares of McEwen Mining and has put in place an ambitious business plan with the goal of qualifying for inclusion in the S&P 500 by 2015. With $70 million in cash and liquid assets as of the end of 2012 and completely debt-free, McEwen Mining is poised for growth. Production in 2013 is forecasted to grow at 24%, reaching 130,000 gold equivalent ounces, and over the next 3 years, McEwen Mining projects that their production will increase to 290,000 gold equivalent ounces, almost a threefold increase from last year's totals. If you'd like to find out more about McEwen Mining, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE or TSX under the symbol MUX.
patterns, profits, and peace of mind.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's trading newsletter.
Patterns, profits, and peace of mind.
In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 full weeks. That's an $85 value. Yours free when you register right now.
Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind.
And get the edge you've been looking for.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen, live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den, absolutely free, for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Steve takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. Let's go out to Nashua, New Hampshire, to Lou. Lou, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you this morning? Lou, do we have Lou? Hello? Well, I guess the technicians will work on getting Lou on the phone. When they do, they'll let me know. In the meantime, let's go take a look at some of the other movers out here, the movers and shakers in the marketplace. One of the things that we've got moving this morning, unfortunately, it's light sweet crude. We take a look at light sweet crude. Let's take a look at the current contract out here. And that is the September contract. And yesterday we saw a little bit of a reversal out here. Today we're getting follow through. Right now, it's done about 98,000 contracts, moving into the swing point here with 206,000 contracts from July 19th. The bottom of that level is 106.91. We are traveling out at 106.91? 106.91. It's traveling out at 107.13. That says the top, 108.93, is going to be tested. It's going to be tested out there, but the reality is what we do know about light sweet crude. I'll switch over to the continuous contract. It's a little bit easier to go ahead and pick that up. On the continuous contract, what we've got here, let me switch over. We've got that sideways, 14-point sideways consolidation range out here. I guess I have a number of different patterns. Let's go ahead and clean this chart up here. It shows a number of different subcorrection channels, but let's go ahead. We'll clean this up while we're on the air here, make it a little bit easier to take a look at. And that way, let's see here. Okay, let's even get rid of the A to B equals CD out here because that's not as important. So here is the here's the chart of the continuous contract for light sweet crude, traveling in a sideways consolidation range, just like ExxonMobil was doing it for a period of 1 full year out of there. Now, what this has not done is it has not come back to test out the top of the consolidation area. It looked like it was going to, and that was up until yesterday. And yesterday it said, nope, all I'm going to do is make a 0.382 retracement. That's a powerful retracement. 0.382, 0.618, 0.786, those are the Fibonacci numbers that you want to make sure that we are focusing on. And if we take a look at June 24th low out here, $92.67, all the way up to the top on July 19th at 109.32. If you go from the low to the high, the 0.382 retracement level is 102.96. Well, we got a little reversal signal yesterday, confirmation of the follow-through today. What that says, that 1-to-1 A to B equals CD, that'll take you to 115.61. Remember, consolidation area, your price move is going to be equal to or greater than the consolidation. So that fits right in with the fact that the light sweet crude wants to go ahead and make that move up to the 114-ish level. Now, what you're going to need to see, if you get a confirmation, meaning a close above 109.32, on more than, this is the continuous contract, 155,000. I'll go back to the other contract out here. Give me a moment to switch back over. What you really want to see is getting above the 106, 108.93 level on more than 200,000 contracts. That will give you the confirmation that it is liftoff and go inside light sweet crude. Not necessarily what you or I want to see, but it is what it is out there. You know, as we're coming back on the air here, what we can see is that top of the consolidation range inside the ES Mini, it was hit 1695.50. What it's traveling at right now is 1695 and a quarter. Got up to 1695.75. So today we're going to find out, or we should find out, whether or not there's going to be any kind of a breakout party, any kind of breakout session. If so, it's going to be a 23-point move, or is this really just the top? Now, just like ExxonMobil, it could get a little bit higher. The key will be how it tests and it comes back inside the consolidation range to determine whether or not there really is any kind of upside move left inside the market. Let's go take a look at Goldilocks here. Right now, you've got gold is trading out. Let's put the continuous contract up on my screen here. We've got gold really trading out at $13.23. That's up about $10. Not exactly a huge move out there, but with the U.S. dollar index up 63 pennies out here. In fact, let's go take a look at the U.S. dollar index here. Gold and silver are actually behaving very, very well. Right now, what we saw the U.S. dollar index do is came back and really almost perfectly made a 0.786 retracement. You're talking about going from the low of June 13th, 80.50, all the way up to the high that was put in on July 9th out at 84.96. The actual 0.786 number, 81.46. And yesterday's move got down to 81.48. You got to love that. So it looks like the U.S. dollar index is through with its move to the downside. That would be setting up an A to B equals CD up. That A to B equals CD up on the U.S. dollar index. And this is going to be very interesting because if this pattern here actually completes, the 1-to-1 is 85.95 out there, and that's where you've got a longer term, I do mean longer term, butterfly sell. In fact, it's a beauty out there at 85.94, 85.79. We'll be right back, folks.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. With the stock market flirting with all-time highs and volatility back, now is the perfect time for a 2-week free trial to Market Insights. On Monday, June 24th, Tom O'Brien closed out all 5 open positions in his daily newsletter, Market Insights, with all trades being profitable and ranging from a 2.23% gain all the way to more than an 11% gain in just one position for an incredible 32.7% profit combined between the 5 trades. Let Tom O'Brien's years of market experience work for you. If you'd like to see for yourself what kind of trading newsletter Tom O'Brien delivers to his clients each morning, then now is a perfect time to sign up for a 2-week free trial to his daily newsletter, Market Insights. In a volatile market like we currently have, the potential for fast market moves like we've seen recently is a trader's dream. So don't wait any longer. Sign up for your 2-week free trial to Market Insights today at the front page of TFNN.com. With over 3 decades of commodity trading experience, Andy Hecht has developed a system that combines both technicals and fundamentals. He calls this approach Technomental, and now you can put it to work for yourself with his brand new service, the Technomental Commodity Report. In this weekly newsletter, which comes out each Thursday morning, Andy gives you his analysis of the market price direction bias using fundamentals, and then specific trade recommendations including entry and exit points using technicals. The recommendations in the newsletter are always based on stocks and ETFs, so a futures account is not required, and Andy will often use options in the recommendations as well. Andy will tell you where to get in, where to get out, and he'll outline the risk-reward profile for all recommendations. To get your month-long free trial to the Technomental Commodity Report by Andy Hecht while locking in the low introductory rate, visit the front page of TFNN.com today. Daryl Martin coined the phrase diagnostic trading, and we're happy to announce that his diagnostic box spread analyzer has finally been released. The Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer helps you easily identify the best box spreads on Nadex in seconds, plus you receive access to the diagnostic deviation levels, as well as step-by-step training videos teaching you how to trade Nadex spreads so you can quickly master the mechanics of this simple yet powerful trading instrument. By pulling live data from the Nadex exchange, the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer does all the math for you, calculating risk, reward potential, distance to break even for both outright spreads and spreads used to hedge the underlying market. Visit the front page of TFNN.com today to get your 2-week free trial to Daryl Martin's Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer and gain access to the valuable information it can provide when trading the Nadex box spreads.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
And we're off to the races. We got the Dow up 123 points. Trade out at 15,621. S&P over 1,700. It's at 1,700.79. That's up 15 points. Composite up 32 points at 36.58. Russell 2,000 up about 9.5 at 10.54. Google's up $9. Apple up 3. Microsoft up 26. Intel off a penny. Cisco up 23. And to the upside, I wish I could tell you, but I've got some kind of data feed issue going on here. I can only tell you to the downside out there. I don't know what that all means, but we've got Proto Labs, PRLB. That's off 6% this morning, down $4. We've got Royal Dutch Shell off about $3 and change. BJ's Restaurants, BJRI, off about 9%. Sally Beauty Holdings, I'm assuming most of these were probably out with earnings, down 8%. Rovi Corp, ROVI off 11% this morning. DirecTV down 4% off 223. Viro Pharma off 6%, and hopefully my system here wakes up and I can tell you what is actually moving to the upside out there, and we'll just simply have to come back to that. I believe we've got Lou back on the line with us. Lou from Nashua. Lou, are you out there?
Yeah, I'm right here.
Oh, great. Okay. Sorry about that little technical glitch that we had. You wanted to take a look at the ES Mini. Did you still want to look at that, or?
Yeah, that and the Euro U.S. dollar.
Okay. So on the tell me about the ES Mini. How I can help you? What you're looking at there?
Okay, thinking of I don't know, going short here.
Okay. I think it's a place. I think it's a place where you absolutely can do that. I don't think you have to give it a lot of room out here. I would say probably about 5 points. The top so far, the high here inside the ES Mini would be 1698. So I would be comfortable saying you could put a stop in at 17. What does that make it? 1703. It's trading at 1696 right now. And because if it gets to 1703, chances are what we're going to take a look at is a breakout here. So I think your back is up against the wall, and this would be the place where you would go ahead and do that. The other thing you can do is wait for it to get inside the 1695.50 level. It's at 1696.50 right now, and wait to see it get back inside the consolidation area, and that would be another spot. I would still say that your stop would need to be 5 points above, well, at least a couple points above the high out here. So 1698, it would need to be at 1700, and you may need to take a couple of stabs at it. So stop between 1700 and 1703. Likewise, if you get stopped out and it starts moving up to the upside, what I would do is I would flip and go to the long side of the trade out here because you're looking at a potential 23-point trading range. So you may get knocked in and out a couple of different times out there. But your back is up against the wall. This is where it's at. So that's how I would take a look at trading it. You've got to figure out what works best for your trading style out there. With regard to the euro out there, now are you playing the euro as the currency pair, as the futures contract, as the ETF? What's the play that you would be using?
Futures.
The futures. So you'd be using the, the 6E, I believe, out there. So on the, let me see if I can go over to the currency pair here. So what I would first do on the euro is I would take a look at the shorter-term chart out here. And, it did move into that oversold territory on a 30-minute chart. What I would do is I would put, let me see if I can get this on the screen here. Give me a moment here. I believe it's 6E is the futures contract. I know I got to put the continuous contract up here. So let me do that. Give me a moment here, Lou. 6E outside F. And let me change this over into the 30-minute chart out here. And what we'll see really the same pattern out here. So we'll give this an opportunity to update. Let me really update the chart out here. And since you would be trading this, I would wait for your best opportunity to really sell this currency pair, since this is the vehicle that you would be using, would be to wait for this to get up towards the top of that relative strength indicator. Wait for it to get up towards the 70 level. So put that on your chart. What you can see here, folks, and I've got this if you're watching us on Tiger TV, and this is the futures contract for the euro. And hopefully you're watching this as well. Last time that it got up in towards that 70 level was at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon yesterday. And then it went ahead and made its move down. Likewise, the same thing if we take a look at a high out here at 5 o'clock in the morning on yesterday, July 31st. It moved up there, went ahead and moved down. Relative strength, I should say, as well as price. Relative strength moves down towards the bottom, gets down to the 34 level. I say anytime it gets below 35, you want to be paying attention to it. Goes ahead and makes its move up. So what the euro actually did here this morning at 4:30 was it got down towards the bottom of that relative strength area. I think coming into maybe it was some type of, I don't remember what, unemployment number or something. We saw a little bit of a spike down. So right now I would wait. So from a price standpoint, to give you an idea of what you would probably be looking at as well to match that on the 6E out here, you're probably looking at about 132.88 or 133.14 out there is the likely target. But go ahead and tie those prices into when price gets up towards the top, towards that 70 level of the relative strength index. All righty?
Gotcha. Thank you.
Oh, you betcha. You betcha. Back to the 120-minute chart out here. We've got, you can see you're at 1697.75. So at the moment, it looks like we've got a bit of a breakout here, and that is in, boy, my system is going a little wacky here. Sorry about that. That's not the system that you're looking at, but one of the other screens I'm looking at, it's like, what happened to silver out there? So I must have really typed in something weird. Let me do this here, because otherwise it makes it very difficult for me to tell you what's going on inside the silver marketplace. Wow, that is weird. In any event, so I could tell you that by looking at the SLV. Let's take a look at the 30-minute chart out here inside the ES Mini. You want to get a feel for what is going on here. Now, yesterday's price action, after the Fed released their minutes, somebody might say, well, why did price stop right around that 1690 level? Well, it was a butterfly pattern. It was a 1.272 butterfly pattern right at the 1690.25 level that was hit out there. And that went ahead and sent prices back down towards a support area. It had been trading in on the 30-minute chart. Had been trading in a consolidation range as well. So I'm looking here for maybe a divergent pattern. Do I see it at the moment? No, I don't even see. Well, I take that back here. A moment, 89.90. Yeah, we'll see how this 30 minutes plays out here. So it would be important between this 9:41 to 10 o'clock session. In the meantime, let's go take a look at some of these stocks here that are popping and dropping. Can't tell you what's popping, but let's go take a look at some of the stocks that were out with earnings. I knew what those were ahead of time, so let me find that chart out here. Earnings, we'll go see from this chart here of the group, what was moving and grooving. So you got Citrix, CTRX. They were out with numbers here right now that gapped up this morning. Has some decent volume behind the move. All it's doing is getting back into an area where it recently broke down. So far this morning, up with 534,000 shares. Now, this equity broke down. The last time it broke down was on May Day, May 1st, but only 997,000 shares. So it's coming up into that area nicely with some volume. Should be able to close above the resistance zone. And if it can't, that'll be telling you something. Now, the resistance zone that I would be looking at is the low of the May 1st gap out there, 56.64. If it closes above 56.64, it will have closed that resistance area. I would no longer use it as resistance. In this case here, resistance then just simply moves up to the high of April 30th out there, which would be 58.18. And this is on Citrix Solutions. Let me try to pull this back. So it looks like this is trying to take out its all-time high as well. Let's go ahead and put this on a weekly chart, see what else this might suggest to us. If it can take that out, it would be setting up an A to B equals CD pattern. Let's see the B point on here. You got a couple that you could really choose from. The one that would stick out towards me would be the July 6th high at 52.40. That had 27 million shares. And so today, this week here, it's going to need a bunch more volume in order for it to confirm that A to B equals CD up. But the stock chart really not looking too bad. Let me refresh my screen here real quickly, make sure we've got everything. And if we take a look at, when this thing did pull back here recently, it was going right into this big high volume, wide price spread day, or week, I should say, of April 20th out there, 44 million shares. And you can see price came back into that area held. So the stock looks, the chart looks pretty bullish to me. That is on Citrix Solutions. CTRX is the ticker symbol. Let's take a look at ConocoPhillips. They were out with earnings here. Maybe ExxonMobil might be hurting their cause. They gapped up this morning. Now, when I say gap up in this case here, really from the close of yesterday, no real gap in between yesterday's candle and today's. Moving up into the high out here that has 5 million shares so far today, 677,000 shares. It needs to take out the high of 66.25 from July 24th out there. If it can do that on more than 5 million shares, that would be, now it looks like this may have completed an A to B equals CD. Let's go see if it has. That's coming off of April 17th. The low out here, this is ConocoPhillips, COP, that we're taking a look at. The low out there was 56.38. B point, May 21st out at 64.77. The C point down at June 24th. So it hasn't actually completed it. Very close to doing that. 67.09 would be your A to B equals CD. Let's see on the B point here at 6.5 million shares, as that level was crossed with 15 million shares. So ConocoPhillips ought to be able to make a run up to 67.09. It's got a confirmed A to B equals CD up. Let's take a look at Yelp here. Yelping for help here. Yelp moving up with some volume behind that move. 3.4 million shares. I believe this is at all-time highs. It most certainly is. Let's take a look at this on a longer-term chart. Let's take a look at the A to B equals CD pattern if we can really find one out here. I suppose what you could do is you take a look at your A point coming down here at November 16th. Makes sense, 1632. Your B point out here would be the high of May 3rd, 2013, and to pull back into the candle session of June 17th. It's above the 1 to 1.272. You can see that move coming off of the C point, fairly explosive out here, and price moving way on the inside. Looks like this wants to get up to the 59.59 number. It's at 49.98 right now. That is on Yelp. Let's take a look here at Trulia. TRLA is the ticker symbol. That is up with some good volume behind it as well so far. 652,000 shares. This also at all-time highs. A to B equals CD. On this equity, you'd come off of the lows down here at about November 16th. There you go. Makes sense again. 1469. The high on this took place on February 15th, 2013, and the C point is February 28th. The 1-to-1 A to B equals CD, 4671. That is what Trulia, TRLA, has its sights set on. Let's see what else we've got out here. We've got Sturm Ruger, the gun manufacturer out here. That is gapping up this morning. Good volume behind this as well. 265,000 shares. Yesterday did a total of 403,000 shares out there. So this has been traveling really in a an upward consolidation. Right now, it's going to try to get up to the swing point high out here. That's got volume on March the 5th of 960,000 shares. The bottom of that is 56.75. Has not made its way up there, but that's got 960. It's done 271,000 shares. It should be able to do that. I don't see any real resistance here and any reason for this not to be able to do that, take that out. It has struggled up at these highs. In fact, it's got a very strong resistance level. We'll go ahead and put a black line across the screen out here. That strong area of resistance going back to May of 2012 at about the 58.40 level. Looks like about 1.5, 1.6 million shares out there at those highs. It was originally tested back here on lighter volume, March of 2013 with 995 and 960,000. So not enough to break it out. If it gets up there on lighter volume, you can expect this to go ahead and pull back. Where would this pull back to? Well, I would have to at least say the bottom of the gap that was created here today, and that would be at the $51 mark. But the stock itself does not look too bad, just struggling to get above. Now, it would create a triple top up there, so that would say be a little bit cautious inside that equity. Let's see what else I've got on my screen here. Out with earnings now, DWA. I don't recall who that is, but off the top of my head, but I'm sure that it'll come to me here momentarily. DreamWorks Animation, there we go. DreamWorks Animation gapping up nicely this morning, but not holding its highs here, trying to take out the July 15th swing point. Price, that level is $26.86. 1.4 million shares up there so far this morning, up with 332,000 shares, so up with nice volume. This thing here had some nice wide price spread accelerated volume back in May 1st, 2013, did 5.6 million shares out there. So that was a nice move in the market. This thing here, though, if you pull this back, this thing at one point in time back in the 2010 timeframe was at about $43 out there. So not totally cut in half here just yet where it's at, but it's going to have some resistance as it makes its continues with its move. If it can take out that swing point from July 15th, that high of 26.86, would set up a nice move topside. Could be a nice A to B equals CD. 877-927-6648. Right now, the Dow's up 122, S&P is up 16, and we'll be right back, folks.
You've always taken the long view when it comes to investing, but what if there's an opportunity right under your nose? What if you could be more responsive to market trends to seek to boost your portfolio performance right now while seeking to reduce your overall risk? At Direction Funds, we connect investors with alternative strategies that seek to maximize their returns. Smart investors deserve smart alternatives. Find yours at directionfunds.com. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risk charges, and expenses of Direction Funds carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Funds. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact the Direction Funds at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. Investing in index funds may be more volatile than investing in broadly diversified funds. Distributed by Rafferty Capital Markets, LLC. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Recently, Basil Chapman has had some outstanding trades in his newsletter, The Opening Call. Each morning by 9 a.m., Basil uploads his newsletter to the TFNN servers so that his subscribers can access his expert trading advice. Basil gives his take on the direction of key indices and updates any active trades that his subscribers are currently in. Just recently, Basil subscribers closed out a short position in Chipotle Mexican Grill, CMG, for more than an $86 profit per share, over a 20% gain in just one position. If you'd like to try out Basil Chapman's newsletter, The Opening Call, then visit the front page at TFNN.com and click Trading Newsletters. There you'll find Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, where you can request a free sample copy. Also, don't miss Basil's program, The Tiger Technicians Hour, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, on TFNN.
Tom O'Brien's weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, has helped subscribers for over 10 years navigate the high-risk world of exploring and producing gold companies. And now's a great time to sign up for a free month-long trial to see the kind of insight that Tom delivers for his subscribers on a weekly basis. Every Monday, Tom O'Brien issues a quick update on the metal market, giving you his take on the HUI, XAU, GLD, dollar, bonds, and much more. Tom follows Monday's update with a full gold report, which is delivered to subscribers Tuesday afternoon with detailed coverage of 24 separate gold or metal stocks, as well as another 10 to 15 stocks that he lets you know are on his potential watch list. Get your month-long free trial to the Gold Report today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Don't spend another year navigating the metal markets on your own. Act early in 2013 and make the most of your gold and metal market investments.
Catch the Money Masters as they teach you the art of mastering money when it comes to trading and investing. Next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. The Dow's up 128 right now. S&P is up 16 at 1701. Composite up 33 at 3660. Now, the fuel for the fire may be dwindling here. Taking a look at the euro Japanese yen currency pair. I've got the 30-minute chart up on my screen here, and that has completed a Gartley sell, a 0.618 Gartley sell pattern. Did a nice 1.618 expansion of the B to C swing point. Now, what we can also see is that price has moved in towards that overbought territory. Now, this is a 30-minute chart that we're taking a look at. If, in fact, this area here fails, and we don't see a bearish reversal signal here just yet, but we do want to monitor this stock chart. We will certainly be doing this during the day and certainly during the next hour during the Money Masters show. So that price objective here is now complete. If this area does not hold, meaning there is no reversal, then what we will see is we'll see the euro, Japanese yen move up to the 132 mark. 132 will go ahead and put some fuel in the fire of the markets here, the stock markets here. We will see a real breakout of inside the ES Mini. So right now we're seeing normal behavior, areas here where you would expect to see some resistance, and we'll just play this out. We'll let the market play itself out here over the course of the day and certainly the next hour or so. If I go take a look here at what's going on inside the New York Stock Exchange, and that's going to be a real key here, it's up 101 points. Now, the key number here is the net advancing issues, and right now that is at 1707. 1707. We'll go ahead and say that the Bears have absolutely fumbled the ball, but we got a long time left in the trading session out here. The number you're looking for is anything above 955 today, so 956 and higher on net advancing issues, and the Bears will have fumbled the ball on fourth down out there. That will say the Bulls have taken the market back over. If you see net advancing issues on less than 956, it tells you that the Bears still have control of the ball game out here. So that's what we're looking at as we take a look at these markets out here. Again, you want to go back and take a look at whatever time period, the 120-minute chart, just easy to look at that consolidation pattern. Of course, the 120-minute chart out here doesn't finish until 11:30, so it's only 10 o'clock. So we've got another hour and a half before we really see a breakout of this consolidation pattern here as we speak right now. And the market has gotten up towards, let's see, the relative strength indicator out here, 68.01, so close enough to 70 for me, where you start to see reversals from. And all you have to do is just go back to the left-hand side of the chart and take a look at it. Last time up in this level, 67.64. This was back at the last time we were up at these levels at that 1695 area. So we'll pay attention to that as well. Let's go take a look here at the real quickly before we have to close out the show. Let's go see what the VIX index is doing. You know, it has attempted on numerous occasions here over the last several days to get above the rising trend line, and it most certainly has not been able to do it. It has done it twice, well, 3 times, 4 times in a row. We see the wicks here. We see the extreme emotions trying to get over that, but today not even anywhere near there. What it would need to do in order to get above that level, above that rising trend line, is probably right around the, I'm going to call it around still the 1360-ish type level. It's trading at 1302 right now, so it would need to be an extremely volatile day out there in the marketplace. Let's go peek in real quickly back here. I want to see how ExxonMobil is trading. That'll be a pretty big signal, just simply because of its weighting structure inside the S&P 500 and the XLE, and that thing is down, and it's coming down with some volume, 4.2 million shares going against the breakout that had 12 million shares. Folks, if you're off to start your Thursday, have an incredible day. I will look forward to seeing you tomorrow morning or in just a few minutes. Take care, folks. Have a great Thursday.
Let me tell you something, folks. I have people coming up to me saying, I just can't believe the amount of work that Steve does on his newsletter. And I says, I absolutely agree.
That is a recent clip from the Money Masters show that Tom and I do each day at TFNN. My newsletter service, Mastering Probability, is much, much more than a newsletter. Yes, it's outperformed the S&P 500 by 100% during the last 15 months. But more importantly, it's an extraordinary education, a roadmap for your success. And it's yours risk-free for the next 30 days. Just go to the homepage of TFNN.com and click on my name, Steve Rhodes, and then Mastering Probability, because everyone needs a success strategy. For most, it's a competitive edge, the will to win, the drive to overcome any obstacle. Whatever you call it, winners find a way. Find your way to Mastering Probability today, because your journey to extraordinary rewards is just one click away.